Free Rugby Games.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the AIDS Awareness Podcast. Statistically now, 1 in every 2.5 men is HIV positive.
Ba-boom.
And we're in. I'm Charlie Sheen.
I'm Michael Jordan.
That's Magic Johnson, you think?
Yeah.
No, you just don't know what I know.
I suppose it is AIDS Awareness, isn't it?
Exactly. You heard it here first.
It could be Magic Johnson then.
Fair dues. What have you been playing this week?
Fallout.
I know it's a stupid question.
Yeah, Fallout. And a little bit of Wings of... sorry, it's not Wings of Fury. That's the Amiga game that I think it reminds me of. And a little bit of Warzone.
War Thunder.
War Thunder. Warzone's another... God, these fucking giga. I'm on medicine.
We self-medicating.
Well, I was going to just leave it at medicine, but yeah. The magic medicine and mind-altering medicine.
So what have you been playing then?
Tomb Raider. I caved in and I bought it.
You fucking loser.
I made the choice, it was either Tomb Raider or Fallout 4, and I thought,
You are a double
Wow.
fucking triple loser then. What an absolute bellend you are.
if I get Fallout 4, it's going to be Skyrim all over. Where I
not.
get it, and the next day I trade it in.
You won't
Do you-
get Fallout 4 because you fear knowing how good it is, and we'll know you're full of shit when you're still sitting there going, no, I don't like it. Kirby, you've clocked 92 hours. I don't like it.
Do you know what Fallout 4 doesn't have? Like hundreds of game-changing microtransactions.
Yes, it doesn't.
No, there's Tomb Raider actually, so far. You know what
Well, you mean in the fact that they're not game-changing? We already knew that.
the different clothes for Lara to wear, pretty much. That's it. But the game itself is amazing.
Yeah, I wish I was playing a game recently where you could have like different clothes that your character could wear, Michael. That sounds mint.
So yeah, I usually just take it one step further, and if I figure I want like new clothes, I just go and get changed.
So you dress up as Lara Croft when you play Tomb Raider?
Why do you not?
Do you not?
Oh shit, I must be missing something here.
God, he's a freak.
Any gaming news from any of you? I know Andy's got fuck all.
No, got nothing.
I've
Nothing for you.
got certain things. It was a fucking struggle. Like, here's the obvious one, which
It's my job now on this podcast. It's become like a reoccurring thing, and people don't like change. Do you know what I mean?
my
My thing is to
my
never
first
have any
bit of
news.
news is one of Andy's trigger words.
Oh no,
Ubisoft? Activision?
Sarkeesian.
Backwards compatibility.
Oh no, man, not that conversation again.
Well, apparently, Sony have announced that they're bringing PS2 emulation to the PS4.
Yep.
That's not a bad idea.
But apparently, so far, I mean, I don't know how it pans out for everything else, but they more or less had to come clean with it because there was a Battlefront bundle where you got like 3 PS2 games with it and they play on your PS4. So at that point, they were kind of like, oh yeah, it is something that we're doing. But apparently, every game that they're putting on, or rather their emulation allows, because it's like current gen technology, for like massive improvements in like frame rate and stuff like that. So they'll still be PS2 games and they'll still look like PS2 games, but they'll run like a hell of a lot smoother.
I don't think I'd want to play PS2 games.
No, not really. But I mean,
I'm not fussed.
I guess yeah, it was just what's been like
It's good. It's
in the
great.
news.
It's great news.
It's interesting. Why I say it's interesting. It's like obviously they weren't going to do the same for PS3 because they've already got PS now, haven't they? To rinse the shekels out of people for if they want PS3 games.
That's right. This is true.
So I was reading yesterday that Star Wars Battlefront has more players online on PS4 than PC and Xbox put together.
Doesn't surprise me.
Better machine.
Well, if you're going just based on just players, I mean, there's like nearly 4.5 times more units of PlayStation shifted than Xboxes. So even if every Xbox player ever was playing it, you'd only need just over 25% of the PlayStation players. So that
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. That. And PC wise, there's too many glitches in the game, there's too many bugs, it's diced. So the PC market won't buy it till a couple of months till all the bugs have been like
Basically the losers.
That's right.
But yeah, while we're on Battlefront, some more things about what's in the season pass has been like revealed. So season pass costs £40, right?
Well, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
And within that you get 20 items, right? Of which
You can unlock in the game.
like weapons, vehicles, star cards, shit like that. You get 4 more heroes / villains. So like, you know,
Characters.
yeah. But here's the good stuff: 16 new maps, 4 new game modes,
Well, that's good.
which is reasonable, I think. I don't know about like. Is it worth £40? I don't know, but I'm glad that there's actual like there's some meat to it rather than just fucking here's a bunch of like shit.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
when it
have
was
some
first
cat.
announced,
Yeah.
it was like, well, it's going to be £50 and the details of it will be
Vague.
released soon.
Yeah.
So it's good that there's actually like some like a reason to get it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
We
16
knew,
new
we
maps
knew,
is
we
pretty
knew it was
good.
going to have
4
the
game
map
modes is
DLC, and
good.
it's always the map packs
Yeah.
with dice. It's always the map packs.
No, and you get it. The stuff that you can unlock anyway. You get like 2 weeks before everyone else. But who fucking cares?
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, they've always done that as well with all the battlefields.
Yeah.
Bad Company 2 map packs coming at
Battlefield 4.
Battlefield 4. That's gaming news there. I had some gaming news.
Holy shit. That's it, and we're done.
Finished, thanks.
Yeah, like we've ripped a hole in space time there with Andy having like gaming news. We've messed with the natural order. You don't mess
Do you
with the
know
natural order.
Inside I feel soiled.
I can't even open me fucking caramel
Who
slices.
the fuck's been smoking the weed? You know?
No, I just. So
What?
In.
let's just keep burning through it then, because apparently that's how we're doing it. We're just speed running the podcast today.
So, you know the Witcher?
Yeah.
It's going to be a movie. Did you know there's already a TV series of The Witcher out?
No.
No.
It's called The Hexer. It's Polish. You can watch it all on YouTube.
Is it in Polish? That would be difficult.
It's in Polish, but it's got hard-coded UK subs.
not have subtitles, man.
It's,
Might look like caramel slice.
yeah, go on then.
We're pretty good, like.
Apparently it's low budget as fuck, but it's really good and it's based off all the books. So if you're a fan of The Witcher, check it out on YouTube.
right.
Yeah, sounds
Which is
good.
what I've been meaning to do for the past few weeks, but I haven't had a chance.
I'm even surprised he's got any gaming news because he's played as much Fallout as me.
I have.
Do you just want to talk about Fallout a bit? Circle jerk it? Because it probably sounds what you do.
So far, it's a contender for me for best game ever. Red Dead Redemption or Fallout 4. Or, well, obviously, second best game ever, Ghouls and Goblins.
I reckon it's definitely game of the year without any competition. Like.
And it's definitely game of the platform so far.
So, if we go from game of the platform to the other end of the spectrum, so Tony Hawk's. The new Tony Hawk's game has been released now for.
Did you buy that? You said you
No.
were going to buy it.
I was going to buy
Yeah, but then
it.
you saw how terribly bad it was on launch. Like Tony Hawk, instead of riding up a half pipe,
So-
riding through it and
I
getting
so
stuck in
wish
it.
you'd bought that fucking heap of shit game. I wish you'd bought it. It's the kind of thing where you'd have forced yourself to love it.
I know. I'm so glad I didn't buy it. But it's been out 2 months now and it still hasn't been patched.
Wow. Do you know what it is though, right? When it was announced, I immediately had misgivings about it, and it took us a while to think about why it was that I didn't think I'd like it. And now I remembered it's because Neversoft got dissolved like years back, and it's been made by like completely different arm.
I read an interview months ago where the guy was like, well, we were big fans of the game growing up, and as soon as he said that, I thought, right, it's not the proper devs either.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Neversoft, the guys who did all the other ones, their game house got dissolved like fucking years ago.
But what I've said is, I've been reading, people have been complaining about it, obviously. And the devs on Twitter have been going, yeah, we're going to patch it. And that's it. And I've been reading that the reason it got released, because it was supposed to be released next year when it was all fixed and shit.
really?
The license ran out at the end of this year for Activision.
Did it?
Mhm. So this is the last Tony Hawk's game. Purely
Well,
because
at least
fucked
they
it up.
finished on a bang.
Yeah, they fucked it up so bad they'll never make another one. So,
Good job, whoever you are.
R.I.P. Tony Hawk.
Yeah, and never mind, poor Tony Hawk is going to have to survive now on his millions of pounds from his other sponsors.
You know, from actually going out there and doing it every day rather than just.
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
I'm only saying he's a legend, man. He's an absolute legend. I'm not even that big on skating, but a lot of my mates were growing up, including. You can't believe he ever did any athletic endeavour, but he did.
I was
And,
shit at it, but
He was a rollerblader.
can you remember Deuce X?
Juice X.
Do you
Yeah.
mean I was ripping on you earlier about games that you'd have forced yourself to love and like, yeah, that was me with that game.
With Deuce X?
Yeah, that was shit.
I really liked it. The PS3 one anyway. But the new one's been put back again.
Yeah, 6 months.
months.
This is the thing, but in their statement for it being put back 6 months, their crap was like, oh, because we refused to compromise on quality. And I was thinking, well, the PS3 one was like, I mean, I thought it was gosh. I mean, I know you've just said you liked it there.
Oh, I liked it.
But I thought it was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was appalling.
Yeah.
I did that whole game without killing one person.
I can't believe you like that, but don't like Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein shit.
Like Wolfenstein was the same but more fun. And well, no, it wasn't. You suppose you could stealth the other game. It's technically called Wolfenstein, but that's no fun.
So yeah, Deus Ex, 6 months now.
Yeah, can we settle on how that's pronounced?
It's DSX, that's the proper way of putting it. But
Is it not jokes?
yeah, but
Jokes X.
Joe
Juice.
Flex. It's either Juice X or Joe X.
Juice
Jokes
X.
X.
Joe.
It's Juice X. So,
What you playing, son? Joke X.
Joe Flex.
Is it good? Aye.
but afterwards they sleep in separate beds.
Joe.
Good news.
You've quit the podcast.
Think about it.
Bought a toothbrush.
You bought a toothbrush and you're quitting the podcast.
And I'm about to jump into bed with Hal's mum. It's all good.
Well,
And you're infertile.
Yes.
no Step Brothers for you, my lad.
that would be good news, wouldn't it?
Especially if you're jumping into bed with me, man.
So I did there. We're on fire here, lads.
Well, this is going to be great news for you because I know how much you both love Philip Poisson.
Oh, he's my. He's one of my.
What's he done now? The
He's one
card
of,
that he is.
he's one of my favourite games-related personalities. Actually,
That Phil Fish, honestly, he's such
he's
a card.
a card, isn't he? What a hijinks!
Forever getting into jail.
What's it when I saw it? What's that one? Wait a minute. Yeah.
What a bounder and a caddy is. So yeah, Phil Fish has decided, in the hipster like god that he is, to release the Fez soundtrack on vinyl, and it's now getting pressed on vinyl and getting released.
Aye.
I don't know. I was asking myself the same question.
What a fucking bell end.
It's like, I don't understand, because, like, surely, even though Fez has been out for ages, him releasing the soundtrack now is going to fucking blow his own trumpet, right? So, if that being the case, why would he then do it on a platform where, like, it's going to reach hardly anyone? Do you know what I mean?
Because you know, he's aiming for the hipsters.
Because hipster.
I mean,
Do you know on
record player anymore?
GTA? Do you know on GTA 5 when?
Yeah, I
Because
do.
I actually, oh shit, what's that channel? The Mirror Park. I always listen to Radio Mirror Park. I fucking love the tunes on there. I am a bit of a music, like hipster music fan. Some of the stuff, but the DJ, the parody, the pastiche of the DJ explains all of it. Whereas like, oh, if you want a request, we don't do emails, we don't do tweets, any of this stuff. It's like, you send me a handwritten letter, you seal it with your own wax seal, and then we just might play your request. That is the epitome of the hipster mentality, the hipster mindset. So it's like, you're going to release that soundtrack. It's like, well, you're going to release some music, Phil. What do you need it to be? One, I need everyone to hear it so that the sales mark, like brackets low. Shit, I can reduce that even further by putting it on a format that nobody else can like access. if I'm lucky, if I can sell less than 10 copies, I'm the king, the overlord of the hipsters. Do you know what I mean? Because the less people who hear it, mate, I've heard.
The more reason he has to complain about it. Yeah.
But it also, it's not just that though. I know guys, right, where there's been a band and has had like maybe a career of 9 albums, and the 4th album sold really fucking well. And the difference between the first and second album in sound was nominal. You could hear there was a difference, but it was the same band. Second to third band, nominal. Again, you could hear there's a difference, same band. Third to 4th album, nominal. Right. However, the difference between the 3rd and the 4th album is the 4th album's got 3 behind it, and the 4th one catapults them to fame. Right, which anyone who records a piece of music or makes a video game, and of course they want people to buy it.
Yeah.
So this whole thing you sold out is just a fucking joke. But the point is this, right? Once they go mega and interstellar, hipsters like, oh, I used to like I like the earlier stuff, mate. Like, I like the stuff where like. It's just like it was just they were better and then they sold out. It's the same. That's what our friend Philip Poisson is doing now with his vinyl. Do you know what I mean? He's just perpetuating
He's
that.
making it niche again.
And apparently after he releases that, he is going to open a fish shop.
Aye, because no one's going to buy his album. He's broke. Do you want some of this, Michael?
No, thank you.
It's very strong, isn't it, Hal?
Yeah. So I only had a couple of.
It's my second blunt, young man.
So more news. We now have an extra subscriber on YouTube.
Fucking right.
That's 13 subscribers.
Yeah, baby.
We have made 34 cents.
Yes.
Yeah. And YouTube projects if we keep going this way, in the next year we'll earn $74.
That's pretty awesome.
It's not bad, really. You'll pay for a new mic.
That's a year's wage. About 30 quid.
Merry Christmas, us 2016.
On the plus note, at least we now know what it feels like to be like a Polish or a Bosnian, don't we?
But it looks like our views are getting less and less. So if anybody is listening, do comment. Let us know.
Well, they couldn't just say we
The
shit.
problem,
Yeah,
the problem
I don't
is,
care about
the
that.
problem is, right,
If you want us to discuss anything, please leave it in a comment and we'll discuss it without even reading up on it first.
I'm opening your sweets, by the way.
that's fine, the community. What it boils down to, right, is outside of like the vast majority of our listener base is people we know anyway.
Yeah.
Right, and like we're not going to see any real growth until we get people outside of that, because what it is with your friends is they're like, you go, oh, check it out, and initially they're like, oh yeah, that's really cool, and then 2 months down the line you're like, are you still doing this? Do you know what I mean? Like, people don't give a shit. Like your friends, it needs to be people out who you don't know, and that's the only problem.
Well, I don't give a shit. I'm doing the podcast.
Yeah. But no, I'm just saying that's why our views are getting less and less, because the vast majority of the ones we have had have been from like friends and family, and they're kind of like, all right, it's just Hal, Andy and Cooper talking shit again for an hour and a bit.
The thing is, though,
I'll watch the telly.
what we do,
The most views is me checking that it's uploaded to
Is we-
YouTube correctly.
we hammer away at it, and if it takes a year to get 20 and then another year to get 50, do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
I don't give a shit if we get big on that. I'll just do it for the fucking fun of it, mate.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of it matters.
You just do it so we can talk about Philip Poisson.
Yeah.
As soon as you start
Nah,
really
go on and
thinking that
furiously
stuff,
masturbate.
as soon as you start thinking that stuff really matters, you know, I think we just lose the podcast. I think we lose what it is, even if it's
Yeah.
not that good.
Like I say, I personally,
So as furiously masturbating to Philip Poisson, do you shout mutton chops out loud?
no, what I do is I get like the rough side of a sponge, like a Brillo pad, and I just rub it on my face.
Mutton chops are really good because they cure radiation as well. Don't they?
Sometimes just above my penis as well.
That's nice.
And inside in the
Mutton
house.
chops are good though because they cure radiation, Michael. Well, if you roast them at your station, don't they?
We do,
So Rainbow Six, they're having an open beta,
I'll get in on that.
25th to the 29th of November.
I'll definitely get in on that. Like,
yeah.
It's all platforms, apparently.
good. That's what we like.
But I think I'll be...
Have they done a closed beta first?
I think so, yeah.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, it's just like usually if they don't bother, then like
It's a mess.
Yeah, it's normally service stability that like lets it down because they're kind of like, oh, we didn't think people would be this interested in it. We didn't think people would want to play this AAA title.
That's what Battlefront did. When I got the 10-hour access on the Xbox, the servers were shit. Couldn't get on.
Have you forgot what it's like to be a Battlefield player?
In other news,
Do you know what I mean?
wait, it's in a
The servers weren't shit because it was a beta. The servers were shit because
Because
it was
it's
a dice
EA.
game.
Yeah. So, PC, Xbox, and the PS4 in December. Well, actually, PC's had for ages. Xbox and PS4 getting Chivalry Medieval Warfare in December.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now imagine it's first person and you run around with a shield and a sword,
I'm there. I'm so there.
or a spear, or whatever, or a bow, or whatever the fuck you want. Any medieval weapon, it's up for grabs.
That's awesome.
Axe, do you know what I mean?
Oh, God, I want a mace. I want a spike mace.
A bommy knocker. As
Well,
well.
it's basically team deathmatch, but with fucking swords and shields.
Do you know what? I'm in love with that game before I've played it.
I mean, it's not brilliant looking,
It
but
doesn't
like
have to
it looks like loads of fun. So
That
yeah,
sounds
in
cool.
December. What would be nice is if
Is it a free-to-play game or is it a...
no, it'll have a price tag.
I hope it's not a stupid price release. I hope it's like a 15 or 20 quid.
I seem to remember it being like $20 or something. So
Probably
like,
15 quid.
yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, but that should be something to assuage your
that-
first person killing needs.
That is awesome. I like a good first person, as we know. See, everyone who's seen us play Fallout in the comments is like, you played first person. I'm like, yeah, do you not?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was a given.
yeah.
I didn't think there was an option to play in third person.
Of course there is.
I thought it was a first-person shooter.
We've had your crosshair
It's
though.
not a
when
first
you're in-
person
when-
shooter, mate. It's
Well, RPG, first person.
It's a role playing shooter.
it's a shoot play.
A shoot player.
It's fucking great. You are missing out, mate. You're genuinely missing out.
I'm not though. If I don't like something, I'm not missing out on it if I don't play it. Saying that, I can't say I don't like Fallout
That's my
4,
point.
but I'm not going to
So, I
spend
mean, you should at least have an open
52
mind.
quid
Yeah.
to find out that I don't like it. When I know I probably
You
won't.
should come up here during the week and I'll make you a cup of tea and then you can sit just and play for an hour.
See, this is the thing. Yeah, that's what you need to do. But this is the thing. They're like the glorious fucking supernova, fucking star death that was fucking Blockbusters. Nowhere does rentals now. Once upon a time, you could have been like, I don't know if I like that. I'll just rent it. 3 days, cost us like £2.
Without having to subscribe to something for £10 a month. Yeah. Blockbusters, I lament your death.
There used to be something, what was that? Was it Love Film? I think Amazon bought it and turned it into Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Love Film was decent.
They used to hire out games, but they don't now.
Ah, that's right, they did.
So yeah. Oh well. Yeah, you
Yeah,
just need to
maybe
come up, have a
I'll
cup of
try
tea.
it sometime, but I'm not in a rush to.
You should come up here and just sit down. I might even I'll make you a cup of tea. I'll take the dog out. You can just sit and just play a couple hours. That's all you need, and then you'll know whether you like it or not. That's all you need to do. I'd let you use it. I'd let you borrow it, but the second you walk out the door, before the metal latch even hits the thing, that PlayStation button will be on, and I'll be back on Fallout.
Yeah.
It's that fucking good.
So apparently, a senior product manager from Sony says, well, actually, it started off with a tweet, and he'd put like new Tomb Raider, oh dear, UK sales less than 63k. That's how much it sold in its opening weekend. Which, if you compare to like,
Selling your soundtrack for your indie game on vinyl. Which one of us, 3 of us sat here, just think back to the first or second podcast when he argued with me, said I was wrong. Have you got Fallout?
yes,
Or have you got Tomb Raider?
I don't have Tomb Raider.
I have Fallout and I don't
Yeah.
have Tomb Raider. That's 66.6 recurring percent of this team here. Right? Is yours a multi-million platform? You know, it's sold and just sold and sold. It's amazing. Everyone
Yeah.
knows it's good.
Yeah.
Everyone's bought it. 63,000 Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Michael Fish, not the weatherman. Michael Fish, Overlord and King. You know what? Even him making Phil Fish the king of the hipsters is a total hipster move, isn't it?
The thing is though, right?
Isn't it though? Like the king of the hipsters.
I think you'll find out I was the king before him. Before it was cool.
Michael's like
Until that bastard defrosts
Michael's
us.
like
Before it was cool. You know,
Michael's
that's
like,
when I
what's
was
the
king.
least amount of people I can have think I'm the king of the hipsters to really be the king of the hipsters? None. So what do? I'll make them think that I think someone else is the king of the hipsters, because that's even irony. The most hipster thing ever.
But
Well
yeah,
done, Michael.
the,
I salute you.
Thank you.
to get back to the Sony senior product manager, he says it's and that this is the thing. It's completely obvious to everyone. He says the poor sales are down to Xbox's timed exclusivity. Duh.
Yeah. Really?
Wow, you don't.
Yeah, but this is the thing though, it's like, it's not so much him saying that as it is like, do you remember a couple of weeks ago when, who was it, like, is it Crystal Dynamics making the new?
Square Enix, yeah.
Like,
Well, we're confident it'll
yeah,
hold up against...
it'll hold up against Fallout.
No.
No, it won't.
Yeah, and this is the thing, if it hadn't been timed exclusive, let's assume that the Xbox One and the PS4 had an equal share of the market. They don't, but let's assume that they did.
Oh yeah, point. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have literally doubled the sales on the Tomb
PlayStation
Raider.
hold a larger share of the
Yeah,
market.
that's what I mean.
So they
And
did
it's
more
still-
and doubled the
It
sale.
still wouldn't have competed with Fallout
Yeah,
4.
no,
No, it
idea.
wouldn't. But it would have done a lot better than it did if they'd
Yeah.
done it, you know what I mean?
Like, they have literally shot themselves in the foot with it.
Good, I'm so glad. I'm so fucking glad. And I hope whoever it was who made that decision lost the job because of it. There you go.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm full of gear and normally very forgiving and, oh yeah man, everyone makes mistakes. Now fuck you, cunt.
You are getting more hippie-fied, like, as the weeks go by.
I know. I used to smoke a lot of this, mate, in my youth.
We'll come back and you'll be wearing tie-dye.
Fuck wrong with tie-dye. Mate, are you honestly going to say that I'm only going to start wearing psychedelic and bad colours and really poor taste clothing just because of cannabis?
No,
Thank you.
I'm saying you're going to do that again.
What do you mean again? Mate, I'm sat here in a fucking fisherman's jumper.
You'll be tie-dyed next week.
Could tie-dye, it would look good, wouldn't it?
That's the thing, it's a crossover no one's ever thought of.
That's right.
Do you know
How
what I mean?
much does that? Michael.
New line of fisherman's jumpers in the fucking tie-dye.
Oh, Michael, do you approve?
Oh, totally.
King of the hipsters has given his blessing.
Let's do it. There's a loophole in the market there.
The acid trip fisherman jumper.
Yeah.
I likes it.
What were you saying about Phil Fish? I wasn't even listening to your story.
He's opening his own fish and chip shop.
That was it.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's denounced the gaming world.
Yeah.
And he's
Right,
going to
oh,
fry
that's right, the
cod.
viral
But fish is too mainstream, so he'd have to like fry. It'd have to be a catfish restaurant or something.
Something like hagfish, something
Yeah.
that nobody would ever eat.
Yeah.
With a cobbler and chips.
Jellied eel shop in America.
Yeah.
My son.
Roll mops and chips.
Oh, mate. The thing is, though, in the States, right, they have the hipster market corn price. If that would fucking work in America.
Have you seen the pictures of like people riding the subway train in America with typewriters? Like literally sitting.
Yes.
What the fuck? What's wrong with people, man?
People. I'm just like, all the stuff I've got this week, it's like, obviously, listen to this. There's been a study done that's found players with dickish names, so like, you know, expletives and fucking like sexual epithets and stuff like that in the name, more likely to behave dickishly online.
Oh,
You don't say.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Do you know what's really... Do you know what the scariest thing about that is? That'll have been a study and somebody applied for that, somebody has approved that and then given them money.
Well,
let that sink in.
it was, I don't know if money-wise, because it was on League of Legends.
Right.
Right, and it was done in-house by Riot, the people who develop it, because they've got a system where at the end of each match, you can either sort of like, if people are being an arseholes, you get to say, like,
Whether they're a dick or not.
yeah, but it's basically an up arrow or down arrow to say whether they were nice or nasty, right?
Well, you've had that essentially on most shooters in the last recent years anyway, even as a player.
So, like,
We can remember Destiny when we kept reporting each other for being too awesome.
well, yeah, so what they've done is they correlated something like 500,000 names with, because they can see, like, who's been, they're called, like, honours and, I can't remember what it is. Honours is the nice one, though. And,
Dishonours.
Demerits or something, fucking who cares. Anyway, so they correlated 500,000 names, and through that they had like a control group of people who were just like who were just normal, and then he went through like the top 2,000 people for like merits, and then they took like 2,000 people with like sort of like arsehole names and see where they measured against both of those, and basically it's something like the players who were called like fucking Butt Sex 97 or things like that.
You're going to have to change your name, Andy.
They were something like 30% more likely to be a cunt online.
You don't say.
But that's what I mean though, it's like, oh yeah, this data is like really telling. It's like,
It's so scientific.
do you know what I mean?
But I told you, didn't I? My whole fucking problem with the whole problem that spoilt the Elder Scrolls Online game for me was the fact that you could not deactivate people's PSNs above the head.
So you see Cock Goblin.
Exactly. Nothing destroys medieval Middle Earth style immersion than having a fucking butch
Having
elf,
techno blot.
like a massive butch bald woman elf walk past you, right? Called like Techno Gobble 69 or something. It's like nothing fucking crushes immersion. Do you know what I mean though? Like fucking hell. It's like
Yeah, well look at you, Stocky Box 94.
it's everything like that you don't want that kind of game to be.
Yeah.
Because the idea is you're pulled into this universe and you allow your imagination to engage it.
It's,
Do you know what I mean?
I think the terms refer
it's like
to
a-
suspension of disbelief.
It's like you can't suspend your disbelief when you're constantly reminded in every interaction you have in the game that it's some 13-year-old fucking spotty 10-year-old prick. Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking hell.
But yeah,
Well done, guys. Great idea. I'm sure we leave the PSNs above their heads. Whoever said that is a fucking idiot, and whoever thought it was a good idea, who said yes, should be shot. Not fired, shot.
So there you go. If you've got a dickish name, you're a dick. No, do you know what I mean?
It's
Duh.
that simple.
And you probably play Elder Scrolls Online.
Something that's quite cool. It'll only really apply to me and you, seeing as Cooper doesn't like Fallout 4.
Cooper likes indie games on vinyl.
So do you know before when you're doing the
I tried to put the vinyl into my PlayStation, but it just won't fit.
Oh,
I can't get the fit.
Mate, it's so wrong. You want to talk about backwards compatibility where every vinyl player. Do you know what I mean? Where's my motherfucking vinyl player on my machine?
What's
That's
this with
what I
fucking
want.
lasers? I want a
Mate,
needle.
Mate, the other day I was sat there with my fucking Xbox 360 trying me fucking damnedest to get me 8-track to play this, and I was like, fucking hell, you know.
where does the madness end though? Why
Yeah.
why can't I hook up my chalk tablet and me fucking
Yeah,
to me Xbox?
yeah. I'm trying to get the gramophone in 5.1 surround.
Why doesn't my PlayStation stoke me fire bars for fuck's sake? Anyway, you were saying how?
Something about backwards compatibility vinyl, wasn't it?
No, I can't remember. I got completely sidetracked.
Art of a storyteller.
Sure, don't tell. That's how the storytelling works. Oh yeah, that was it. The Fallout 4 thing. So do you know when you're doing the tutorial bit before you go in the vault, and you bloody Vault-Tec guys there and blah 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 blah. There's a poster up in your home about Vault-Tec, and it's got a phone number on it. And if you actually ring the phone number, it puts you on hold like indefinitely. But they've got like a Vault-Tec recording on the other end of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like, thank you for calling Voltec. All of our advisors are busy, blah, 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 blah. Something, nuclear apocalypse your family needs,
That
blah,
is-
blah, blah.
That is awesome.
But yeah, but
I
someone's
know
like,
it's-
oh, phone number, get in. And then obviously it's cool that they've took it to that length, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love little shit like that because there was a TV show called Constantine based on
Yeah.
the comic books, and he keeps showing a card to people in the show and it's got his number on. If you ring his number, you get a voice message off him.
Good
It's,
in.
it's just stupid little
I-
shit like that.
I
It's
do
really
like
good.
Yeah, I
just-
like stuff like
It
that.
just it's just good fun. What it shows is like that there's been like whoever's made the product, whoever's made the TV show or the game, has gone that little bit extra length because they're obviously that into the game themselves. So they love what they've done.
Yeah.
So they haven't just churned it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. It's like, you can't underestimate like the collective power of the internet. Do you know what I mean? For stuff like that, if there's a bug or anything like that, or any tiny like
Yeah,
thing
like you,
in your
you
game,
shared that video pretty quick about like how to get that gun at the start, and I was
Yeah.
like, when you were telling me about it the other night, it's like, have you seen my video yet? No, I left my tablet in Longy's car for a few days. I hadn't interacted with much, and you were like, oh, if there's this way, I went, yeah, I already know.
yeah.
And everybody knows immediately as soon as it happens.
But like, so like that's the thing. Even if it's only one person out of the fucking billions connected to the internet, it'll spread. And like, this is the thing with stuff like that. Nothing, any bugs or holes in your games and stuff like that, or any loopholes, they get exploited within like days.
Of course I do. People like Gary Lewis, our mate Gary, who goes on and he can break any game, like, and he you know.
You come back and you go, oh, have you got this? I know how to do this.
I
can't do
that
this.
was my first session in Grand Theft Auto 5 with him, man. I went from like $3,000 to 27 billion. You know what I mean? Do you know how to do this?
So I'm guessing you're not playing Grand Theft Auto now.
I've still got it. I'll play it again. Yeah, I
Still in
love
the
that
back
game.
burner.
GTA 5's like your,
It's my
it's your
go-to.
fallback game.
Yeah, it
innit?
is. Yeah, very
When
much.
there's like, oh, I can't be asked to play this, I'll just shut GTA in.
Yeah, it's just me like in the moment game where I've got something to do, kill a couple of hours, and it's also great fun.
So like, whether you like it or not, esports are like a thing now,
Yeah.
and
I love them.
I like it. There's a, do you know, well, Counter-Strike, obviously everyone knows Counter-Strike, but there was a new one released, like, was it last year or something, like CSGO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive,
Yeah.
and they've got people playing that at like legit esports tourneys and pro teams and whatever. And some bloke had like off one of the teams, he had like an interview with whoever, but basically the point was is that he opened up about like getting death threats and stuff from gambling punters. So like, cause it's getting to the point now where people are betting like huge amounts on the outcome of matches and stuff, and then when like their team or whatever hasn't fucking pulled it off, they've just sent them a torrent of abuse. So this guy's like, when there's times where we've played poorly and we've all had loads of fucking death threats off the back of it, like, oh, you made us lose X amount of money, you're a dickhead, I hope you die.
I hope he dies, not a threat. Is it?
I hope you never die.
No, you know what I mean though. If they're calling that death threats. That's not a death threat though, is it?
Yeah.
That's a bit hysterical. That.
Well, I can't remember the exact quote. It's probably me just paraphrasing, but like, maybe not death threats, but still loads of fucking unwarranted abuse.
Oh no, they'd done something that someone didn't like, and someone was a dick to them on the internet. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying. Oh my fucking hell. You know what I mean? Though?
But yeah,
But whose fault is it they lost their money?
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's their
exactly.
fault for gambling.
So that's what you've learned today, folks. Don't gamble.
There's also this other thing about how there's a French-based esports team. I can't remember what it's for, but this is after like all the shit that's been going on with Paris recently, and they're like, "Oh, we're not turning up to this tourney because we're worried that like we might get blown up."
Well, because the game is saying exactly who.
This was my initial thought. My first thought was, wow, how conceited are you? Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously we're like the pride of France. I mean, like,
We're so important.
Yeah.
ISIS obviously want to murder us.
so I was like, so basically it's like, yeah, we're not going because we're obviously going to get blown up if we try to go. But here's the other thing: they're currently the defending champions from last time round. So you know, oh, we can't make it this time, we'll just have to wait. Just wait another year.
Oh, look at that, we're still the champions.
Yeah.
They didn't beat us.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't beat us away with that at home, but it's not our fault. We would have got blown up.
ISIS.
But it's like, you've got to have some nectar just to see.
Typical cheese-eating surrender monkeys.
That's so funny. That's awesome. It's fucking brilliant. Oh, I can't go because like
Because ISIS.
I
I can't go to work tomorrow morning in case I get blown
I
up.
know, I'm thinking the
his
same
ice is
thing.
tied
Yeah.
legs.
Because obviously they feed the nation, don't they? So, like,
You sell pork products.
yeah.
That obviously offends ISIS. Bacon sandwiches? Fucking hell.
Allahu Akbar!
We're laughing about this tomorrow. And tomorrow in the news. Peterlee Town blown up by a man who's
I'd be like, what are the
offended by
odds?
bacon.
I'd be like, what are the odds?
I love out like that. Even just like jokes in that vein I find hilarious. Like, there's a Family Guy sketch where Peter's like, oh, this is worse than my Palestinian alarm clock. And he's in bed, and this alarm clock's next to him, and then it ticks over to 7 o'clock, and he goes, Allahu Akbar, and suddenly the house just explodes in a fucking ball of fire.
There's a guy I watch, I subscribe to on YouTube called Darkman 2525. He does his own like cartoons. It's always like it's one of those anti-group things. He's one of those guys, and it's fucking brilliant. He's done a video of Muhammad. He calls him Not Muhammad, and he censored him and everything. And Not Muhammad plays Fallout 4, and it's fucking awesome. It's so fun. It starts off Jesus is playing Muhammad like shoves him out of the way and that. It's fucking brilliant. He uses Piper as his
Companion.
companion, and he dresses her in as close to Arab garb as he can get. So like he can't. And he's like going in, like through his diner. He's named all his weapons like Islam's rocket, like Muhammad's rocket launcher and feet.
That's excellent.
I was fucking pissed at my side. I shouted all one word, dark matter, 2525.
You need to
I'll
put the
have to
link
look
on
that
the
up.
Facebook
Yeah,
page.
that's genius.
It's fucking awesome.
That sounds like something I want to watch.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Fucking is a bit where
Muhammad's rocket
he's
launcher.
in one of the towns and he's like, he sees this massive church. Oh, how shall I greet you, Christian nation? Puts his fat man. Like, fucking hell. He puts his disclaimer at the start, right? Like, look, this is it's not aimed at Muslims, it's aimed at extremists. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you watch it and that, and he just fucking hammers the shit out of everything. And it's just like, but it's the names of his weapons that get me, like.
I'm actually crying.
It's fucking awesome, man. Yeah, well worth a shout out. That's what I've been doing this week. I've been stoned watching things that make me laugh. That's my gaming news.
Unfortunately, I have to go to work during the week, so that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, well, should have an easy job like me.
Well, this is my last day of a 2-week fucking holiday off, so I'm back to the fucking grim spectre of employment as of tomorrow.
Well, you're going to get blown up tomorrow, so I
Yeah, no, thankfully it's just for 1 day. So
Yeah, that's true.
So, games that have been cancelled, is there anything that you've thought, oh fuck, I wish that had actually come out?
There has been. Let's see if I can think of it.
I can't recall
I hate
it,
it
but
when
it
you ask
probably
a question
has.
like that because I can never get like a specific one in my head.
Because I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and one of the cancelled games was by the developers of Dying Light, and the company refused to make it basically because Dying Light's bringing in the cash, and this game looked awesome. It was fantasy style, first person, so sword,
They
shield,
might do
magic.
it at a later date then.
They might do, but they've said they're concentrating on Dying Light at the minute, and they've pretty much shelved the game, which is bad. And then there's
I
obviously
don't even rate Dying Light.
neither do I. That was shit. But this game looked good. And then there's Star Wars 1313, which I thought looked amazing. I'm good at that got cancelled.
I can't think of a specific thing. And like this afternoon, when I'm not thinking about it, after we finish the podcast, I'll be like, that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many games that I've thought were going to happen and didn't. Oh, fuck, man. John Carpenter book and film. Weird circusy freak animals people live under a graveyard. What's it called, man? John Carpenter thing.
Are you thinking of Nightbreed, which was
Nightbreed.
Clive Barker?
Yeah, there was supposed to be back in the day. There was loads of talk about developing a really good Nightbreed RPG.
There was one for the Amiga.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean even after that, like later on in modern console, I think around about the PS2 time.
See, I would love that.
I heard that. I'm going to find it. I'm going to Google it now.
And then obviously there was the Legacy of Kain game.
Yeah.
That was cancelled, which I thought
good.
would have been good.
But that's the thing, we mentioned that the other week, isn't it? Someone's just bought the rights to...
Yeah, they've got all the devs from the game still working there, and they're wanting to...
Yeah.
It's Crystal Dynamics, the
Yeah,
guys
it
that
is,
did
yeah,
Tomb Raider. They're wanting to bring it back.
I think they should.
Yeah, but if they do, hopefully they'll bring it out for both fucking consoles.
The problem is, though, is if it's Crystal Dynamics, they might just reboot it. I would do a new Legacy of Kain game with the first one again, but just like a bit different.
We just changed his name from Kain to Bane.
We'll show you what he was like when he was a bit younger and he had a little bit more
Clive
hair.
Barker, that's who it was.
Just before you fell out with Batman and
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. These fucking game companies nowadays taking our childhood and fucking it right in the arse.
Yeah.
I can't find it in a minute, but I'll look for it now. I'll get a link up. But yeah, there's a few.
I was thinking just more this gen, but I can't remember was
I
Star
can't
Wars
recall
13, PS3 or PS4.
You say for this gen, you can go back so many years, can't you? There's so many good things. If you remember, like winter games and summer games on the Sega Master System and the Nintendo,
And the Commodore 64.
right?
Wiggle the joystick.
But also there was I can't remember which game house did it. Made a game that was huge for about a year and a half and then just disappeared, called California Games,
I remember California game.
right? And that game house was apparently going to make other games from other regions, so they might have done Highland games or, do you know what I mean, like Alpine games, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They only ever did California games, and they totally, like, if I remember rightly, they had like a Rockstar hissy fit Fallout,
Yeah.
because they got massive off the first game, and all these other games didn't happen. But at the time, California Games was like a really big breakthrough game in the way that you played it, like what you could do within the game, wasn't it, Michael? It was one of the first games that had like loads of different events to do, but the mechanics were good in every event.
And once
Yeah.
you nailed that hacky sack, you were a god.
Yeah, hacky sack and BMX. If you could do, there was a certain amount of front flips you had to do to consider yourself like, because you didn't have trophies then. It was all just word of mouth or in magazines, and it was like, nah, you'd be at school. I'd be at school talking to Sony. No, even forward flip off the third jump as well. But you got to get your back way. Or, anyone who could forward flip the entire course
Yeah.
became a god on the BMX. It was that sort of thing, and it was just an awesome game. It was fucking brilliant.
Speaking of what you said about trophies there, it just jogged my memory. Like the first thing I said about like PS2 emulation coming to PS4, apparently that adding trophy support for any PS2 games they put on,
That's cool.
which should probably be good for you.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a trophy whore.
A little bit. I used to be. I'm not now. You know. I have been. I'm still bad if it's something a game I really fucking love. You
Yeah.
know, I want it then. But I think I've only ever really got one platinum. You know, because of the stuff
Yeah.
I just. Yeah,
It's just too much work for
Yeah.
like.
it is.
Yeah.
Some of it's not that. It's like some of the trophies that are given are like force a game that isn't a grind fest to become a grind fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
Dragon
think,
Age was a little bit of a
Yeah.
grindfest towards
But
the
by
end.
the
with them
same
shards.
token though, that does mean that the best point is somewhere in between, because I I don't like the ones where it just fucking gives you trophies like fucking sweets. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you've completed level 1, have a trophy. Oh, you've completed level 2, have a trophy. It's like, get fucked, how man? I want to put a bit of effort
I
in.
got a trophy. I know on a related note. I got a trophy called Touchdown on
Yeah.
Fallout this day.
Is it because you got blown up by a certain mutant? I
I got
it
both my
yesterday.
arms and both my legs
Yeah.
blown off the gym.
But you can. I already knew what that noise is because I've run across them before.
Yeah, but it was in,
And but like
Vegas,
I couldn't see it. Like so, I was busy and I could hear it going beep beep. I was like, "Fuck!"
Where is it?
And then I turned round and he was in front of his
in
bum.
Mine was with the rocket launcher. I consequently went back and killed the guy. I got him, and I got a triple barrel rocket missile launcher out of him.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck me, that's triple barrel. I love it." I haven't even like. I don't shoot anything that I should shoot with a rocket launcher,
Yeah.
but I will pull it out and shoot like one bandit because it's like.
Because you've got to use it.
Well, it's just funny. Mate, I've got a Fat Man as well, and I haven't fired that yet.
Yeah, me either.
But I really want to see it
I
fired.
come across this this massive fuck off like well, I don't know. It's like sort of mini boss in the middle of the Boston Commons called Swan, right? And he's basically like, imagine a super mutant times 4.
So he cut in, but I'm waiting for him to cut in, and he point be all like, "Yeah, but you haven't released the soundtrack on vinyl, have you?"
But it's got like armor made out of like one of those fucking, do you know, like the Swan pedalos,
Yeah.
like one of them, and he's got this massive fuck off hammer, and it just comes out of nowhere, and I was like, whoa! But you can get like a power fist from it, but it's like obviously it's a legendary thing,
That's
so
cool.
but it does more damage with each successive hit, which is pretty cool.
How many platinums have you got?
I didn't know,
I think I've got one.
maybe 1 or 2. I could never normally put the fucking effort in to get gold trophies, never mind platinum ones.
I've got fuck tons of golds, like. Right, I told you it was good.
Yeah, it's good.
We just had to pause the podcast there. So these two could watch that video we were talking about earlier, that Dartmouth at 25. I'm going to eat a biscuit and stick the kettle on, you two lads, and just tell them, everybody, what your first time thoughts were.
First time thought.
I'm a bit scared that ISIS are going to come and kill us now for laughing at it. It's
No,
hilarious.
why would they target you, mate? This is why I can't go to work.
I'm going to cover you with my American sniper.
Everyone makes chocolate hobnobs. Do you have anything else gaming news related? Because I was pretty much tapped out.
I've just got one more thing, and it's not that good, really. It's fucking Star Wars Battlefront is already getting bombarded with negative reviews on Metacritic. Surprise, surprise. Similar to Fallout 4 and Black Ops 3.
I think Metacritic
is a pile of shit.
is a problem. I think it has too much like sway in terms of like. It's like you've seen that South Park episode where they take the piss out of Yelp.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, I think. It's like we're Metacritic. Do you know what I mean? Don't fuck with us.
Don't piss us off.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, how was Fallout 4 getting bad reviews?
Yeah, exactly.
I've not seen one bad review of it. Like, I've seen a few reasonable and I think fair criticisms. Like, yes, I like the art style and I like the graphics because I know that those kind of graphics only demand that sort of art style only demands a certain level of processing and what have you. Anyway, like the Fallout 4s have always had that kind of like dated cartoon feel to them. The Fallout games. But with that said, yeah, the graphics could have been better.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's the same engine as like Skyrim. It's just been tarted up.
I'd like to see
I've only seen one bad
more radio
thing about
stations.
it,
Yeah.
and that was when you're using your scope. There was a frame rate drop, but I think that's been patched now, isn't it?
Well, I haven't had any when I'm using my scope. The only time I get it, and it's on such a non-important time, is if I'm like dropping, because to scrap a lot of your gear you have to drop it on the floor, right? So I might drop like 40 items at once, and there's sometimes when you come out with Pip-Boy, right, it auto saves. And sometimes you get that moment where it's auto-saving at the same time as you throw out a large number of items, and those items will do like a judder before they hit the floor.
Yeah.
So for those items, are you talking like armour and weapons as well, or just your junk?
My junk.
Do you know you don't even have to break it down, you can just put it on the workshop table and it breaks it down for you as and when you make something with it.
Yeah, but I'd rather have it broke down and then I can see the numbers of exactly how much of what I've got of everything.
I'll show you.
No, because if you watch, go and see how much iron you've got and then breaks 10 things down that have got iron in them, and it will put 71 on your iron if it was 61.
Yeah.
So I like to see that number. So I don't like to see the number 71 and the mystery 3 or 4.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. It shows you all of them, regardless of how it's broke down, whether it's broke down or not. I don't break mine down. All in my junk, I just transfer it straight off my table. Then when you craft something, it brings up a window and it shows you how much it's taken from what. So but it'll tell you the full number when you're looking at a craft. It say you might need 83 adhesive. You've got 83 adhesive and you need 4, right?
Yeah.
Then when you
I know
think
about that, but all I'm saying is,
it'll tell you, like when you think.
so if I've got like 73 adhesive and 2
And 2 Wonder
starch,
Glues.
2 starch or 2 Wonder Glues, would
Yeah.
that show 73 or 83?
It would show you however many you had plus however many you get from the Wonder Glue. Say Wonder Glue gives you 1, right? Then it would show you 74, not 72.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But this is the thing, like it even shows you a window when you make something. It'll
That's
say like
the
it's breaking
thing,
down.
he
Like,
has no idea what we're talking about, right? And that's the thing I want to talk about. This is the best way I've ever seen having like random junk pick-up tat in
Yeah.
a game justified.
yeah.
It's the best way I've ever seen it. When you're coming across things like rusty cans and this, that and the other, you are genuinely thinking, do I need that? Do I need
Yeah.
that?
Well, that's the thing though. It's like in previous Fallout games, the stuff that you wanted was usually like prohibitively priced. So a lot of the time, you picked up all the shit you could carry, just so like you had
You
shit
could
to
sell
sell
it,
and make
yeah.
money. But now it's like I kind of see like your crafting materials as a separate currency in its own right,
Me too.
because you're not spending those caps on buying shit for that anymore.
Nah.
You can just do it, and you can even make stuff to then sell for caps. So it's the kind of
It
work-
also makes like the decision when you're leveling your guy, because you've essentially got 3 types of perk. You've got one that affects how you develop your settlements, whether that's gathering resources, building things. Then you've got the sort of stuff that affects you directly,
yeah, which is what I've done, much to the detriment
Like,
of
yeah.
settlements.
like like things like the perk that makes you shoot better or you
Yeah.
have better armor. And then you've got like that middle bit where you manage your materials and
Yeah.
and then you've got perks that influence that, like material management and crafting ability, and it makes you have, because leveling, there's that many perks.
Yeah.
You have to really have a think about, well, what do I need more at the moment?
Say, this is the thing. I'm sure you're going to say that's a positive as well.
I do think it's a positive.
Yeah, I agree. But there's been people crying. Like one of the criticisms I've heard about it is people haven't been able to respec their perks.
For what?
And they're like, oh well, I didn't realise that you had to put like you could go down to as many as you like. See, I didn't realise if I got 7 strength, I could access stuff on the 7th tier. I thought I had to do all this first.
Well, it should have, like, it's an RPG, but it's in the style of the old RPGs.
Exactly.
Where it's not
Exactly.
walking you through the game.
It doesn't
holding
handhold
your
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like
Yeah.
you've just got to like. This is the thing. It means that your decisions matter
There are
because you've got to live
points.
with them.
There are points, and again, this is a positive, where I've just been running somewhere and I've stopped and stood and thought, should I be doing this now? And I do stand still in the wilderness for about 3 or 4 seconds, hesitant, going, because I feel pulled in that many directions in the game, but I feel it in a good immersive way,
Yeah.
and I feel like shit. No, I do. You know what? I need to finish that Brotherhood of Steel thing. I need to do that now. So you go and you do that, and then you're like, fuck. After you've done it, you think, no, I needed to put them. What if my village is being attacked? I
Yeah.
forgot to fucking fence that wall in. Now I've got the steel. Oh, but I have got the steel. Oh, get in. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
I've heard the crafting system and it's really good.
it's
It
all
is,
of it's
it's
really,
really,
good,
really good.
but it's not just that the crafting system's good and the gameplay is good. It all hinges together. It doesn't feel like separate things.
Yeah, it's all like this. This was the worry that we had like a couple of months ago when we're like all these extra different bits and pieces that
Where
are
you're going
in.
to just get lost in it.
We were like, it's either like, we're kind of we were kind of worried it would be a too many Chiefs scenario.
Because
Well, it's not.
because New Vegas had it pretty good.
But it's not. It's like everything just fits.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
feel like.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. I don't think. Right, I'm playing Fallout 4. Go kill shit, pick shit up.
Here,
Oh, I'm gonna go
this-
play The
this
Sims
is a-
and do me fucking.
this is a
video.
free
It's
one.
all.
This is a free one for anyone who does this new plays Fallout and doesn't know this yet. But I was talking to Ashley about it. It was Ashley who told us. I'll give him his credit. But you feel like a proper clever clogs once you set your garden up, so it's producing taters, corn, and is it mud fruit,
Yeah.
right? And then because adhesive is needed for every armor upgrade and every weapon upgrade, pretty much.
More or less.
So adhesive and it's rare. But when you set it up like that, right, you take one of those aforementioned vegetables, and what was the other thing I said?
Yeah.
That was in. There's one
When
more.
you make the
when
starch.
you make,
though.
yeah. What else? There's them three, and what else for the starch?
No, it's like. I don't know, corn, tato, fucking.
Mud fruit, and there was
I
something
don't
else,
know.
I'm sure. But anyway,
Probably carrot or gourd or something.
you make the fucking. Well, they're the three veg you need to grow, though. I remember that. The other thing might be purified.
Oh,
water.
it is. Yeah, it's purified water.
But you set your water, you think, right, okay, I need adhesive, adhesive's a problem. So you set a water generator up for purified water, you set it up for more people than you need.
Yeah.
Your purified bottles of water start going up in your workbench, right? So there's my purified water, infinite purified water taken care of. I plant loads of potato, loads of corn, and loads of mud fruit. Way more than I need to feed the villagers, so
Yeah.
I've got excess, right? Picking them all up, because you just generate it faster, the crop grows faster,
Yeah.
if you notice. Right, you whack that in, and then you put them together, you go into your cooking station, you make, is it vegetable starch, isn't
Aye.
it? You break that down, it's 5 adhesive.
Yeah.
So you've supplied your water for your village, you've supplied your food for your village, and set yourself up an infinite supply of adhesive all in one thought out process. And I haven't had an RPG with that kind of levity and
Yeah.
that kind of meat for fucking ages.
I was reading this thing somebody's put on Reddit, and it's apparently it's a good formula for a settlement in Fallout 4. I've got no idea what any of it means, so you can tell us if it's a good formula or not. So it says, for your main settlements, plant 6 mud fruit, 12 corn, 12 potato, which is what you just talked about. Assign 3 settlers to farm them. Place a cooking station near the farm so you can craft adhesive.
Yeah.
Place 6 small water pumps for defence. Oh no, place 6 small water pumps. Then, for defence, place 9 guard posts with 3 settlers assigned to them, 2 heavy machine turrets, and a spotlight.
It sounds alright, it sounds pretty good so far.
Build a recruitment radio beacon. Build a small generator and connect to the spotlight and the
Yes,
beacon.
we know. He's
Yeah.
been a little bit patronising. Like he's got a good setup. What he's basically saying is, listen to my setup, isn't it
Yeah.
good? Yes. But it's like, it's no better or worse than any, like, you know what I mean? It's just good. Like if you've set it up with enough fucking food, enough water, and enough defence, it's a good settlement.
Yeah. Like, I've only built 2 buildings in mine, and all I've done is put a fuckload of like machine gun turrets around them.
Yeah, I've built
And
a
it's like,
two-story
I couldn't give a fuck if the raiders loot the fucking already ruined house on the edge
Yeah,
of town. It's like,
That's what I've done. I've,
do you know what I
made,
mean?
I've done the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
I've made a little
But
compound.
if they come into my barracks,
They
then
fuck,
there's
yeah.
hell on high.
It's fucking great. It's great. Honestly, I can't enthuse about the game enough. I'm so fucking hooked. I'm so immersed. I haven't been like this keen to get back on a game for ages. Like
Yeah.
maybe GTA when I first started playing that again.
Have you seen the new console thing that plays Mega Drive, Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
and all them? Plays
I want
all.
one. I want one.
I was looking at them the other
That's
day.
what I would have for backwards compatibility.
120 quid.
What?
I know, it's ridiculous.
You could buy, like,
You can buy the parts, you know.
you could just buy all those consoles with like 20 games each
Aye.
for a fraction of that off eBay.
Yeah, you're right. Like
Maybe not certain games, because certain ones tend to like just get massive fucking
But it also
value as it
plays,
gets older.
it plays American, British and Japanese games as well, so you don't need a converter. Like back in the day when we used to have that.
The thing is though, is why
Massive
would
brand.
anyone pay 120 notes for that when literally most people have access to a fucking computer? You can get an emulator
and just play them.
and for fuck all.
That's true. Like
You know what I mean? And this is the thing, if you're going back that far, then like even a bog standard fucking netbook for like 200 notes to play an emulator. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like it's like, oh, I need a good PC to run SNES games.
No,
Just,
you don't.
that's what I mean. It's anything can play an emulator. I've got emulators on my phone, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I think I'd quite like to pick up a Super Nintendo sometime.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'd love to play SNES again.
And maybe an Amiga as well.
Oh, yeah, man, I was thinking about it the other day.
This is the thing. Bingham has still got his SNES,
What a guy.
and every now and again, like it's like once every couple of months or something, we'll just get the fucking beers and we'll go around his and we'll have a SNES day, and we'll just sit and just play fucking SNES. But it's like that's the thing. I know I'm saying like, oh, why would you ever pay? Like this is the thing. Why would you ever pay money for it? But it's like, I'd be more inclined to pay for an actual SNES than
I
the
know what
thing
you
that.
mean. It's not. It's about value, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
about is this like is it a good idea? Yes. Would I have one? Yes. Is that a fair price? No.
Like I'd rather buy a SNES. What was the other one you said? A Master System and
Mega Drive, Master System,
Oh,
NES,
yeah.
SNES, and I think it played something else as well. Maybe
Is that, this is
Atari
where
game.
I'm a hipster, you know, because I still, out of all those consoles, my most enjoyable one, I think, was the Sega Master System. And like everyone else is always, nah, it was crap. I know it wasn't as good as the Nintendo. I'm not saying it was, like, you know what I mean. But it was like, it was, for me, it was my like magic console.
mine was like first Mega Drive, then SNES. That was like my youth.
Wasn't my first console. And what I mean, that was the really magic one
Yeah.
for me. That was
For me, it was the SNES, but like I first got involved via the Mega Drive.
my first console was Pong.
Yeah, me too.
My dad used to have a Sega Saturn as well, which I fucking loved growing up.
Sega Saturns were cool. They were good. They didn't do very well though.
No, they didn't, but it was good. It was a good.
Good machine.
Yeah.
Saturn came out at the same time as the Jaguar,
Yeah, that's right.
which flopped really bad, but it was an amazing console at
yeah,
the time.
Yeah. So that was the time when just lots of consoles came out at once.
No, that was Atari's crack at getting back into the market and failing. Bless them.
But the Saturn though, you had
Yeah, the Atari
good
ST
things
was
like
mint.
Panzer Dragoon, Sega Rally Championship, obviously, classic.
Sega Rally Championship.
I was like, this is the thing for anyone who knows, it won't come as a shock, but like I was like literally fucking outraged that in Seaton Crew, the arcades we've got on the seafront, for like years they've had like a bit in the corner where they had like a couple of like Sega Rally things and other like the original Ridge Racer shit like that set up in the corner, and I went in a few months ago with Amy, and they'd replaced it all with like one fucking massive like 8-player fucking Mario Kart,
Get in.
but from like not an old one, like the
Oh.
brand new, exactly the brand new one, and I was like, what have they done? And he was like, what? What's the matter? And I was like, no, you don't understand.
No, that's shit. Well, it's not. It's just not ideal. It's not what we would have wanted.
Because I
It's
really
not what
enjoyed
we
the
wanted.
original Ridge Racer as well. That was only in arcades
do you know
though.
what?
Radmobile as
Ridge
well.
Racer 2 was a really good game.
I really enjoyed Rage Racer. It was like a slight spin-off. It was
What's
on
the
PS1.
term the gaming industry using at the moment? Sorry, couldn't you know how where it's like Simcade. For a lot of races like Drive Club, for example, they call them a Simcade, where it's simulator enough in the regard that the car shifts gears and feels and reacts like an approximation of its real life counterpart, but
Yeah.
it's arcadey enough that you can wheel spin around corners.
Yeah.
And, do you know what I mean? All
And
that
slam into a barrier without smashing the car.
yeah. But, I can't remember where I started talking about this.
And on that note, we shall end it there. We've all been Nids Wins. Goodbye.
Yeah.